Good evening, basketball fans, wherever you may be. NBA basketball from Portland's Memorial Coliseum, the Phoenix Suns and the Portland Trailblazers. Hi again, everybody. Should be quite a night tonight, and the Blazers for sure must play better. But as far as Phoenix is concerned, there's a guy by the name of Cedric Ceballos.
Ceballos has been terrific, and I think that everyone kind of thinks that this is a guy that is not a very good player. He tied his career high the last time the Trailblazers and the Suns got together, but a year ago he got 40 points against Sacramento. He's a guy that they don't run a lot of plays for, but he's got the knack to score. He's got the gift of being around the basketball, and since that game, the numbers for Ceballos,
incredible.
He should be back in Minneapolis without the blindfold, but on the All-Star team with those kind of numbers.
I mean, those numbers are just sensational in the last 5 games. Well, he's out there tonight. Of course, they don't have Barkley, they don't have Ainge, they don't have KJ. Now, as far as the Blazers are concerned, Steve, they must be focused, and I think you will agree, of course, defense.
Defense is critical, and you can see that Portland's been able to dominate the Suns here in Portland, but they have got to come back with this. And as it comes into your screen 3D, that's really the most important aspect for Portland. Portland used to be able to play a high-scoring game with Phoenix, but they were always a better defensive team. That has turned, and they have lost the last 4 or 5 against them, and they've got to change things at the defensive end.
I know the Blazers didn't like what happened to them down in Sacramento the other night. They only shoot 40% for the game. They have not shot the ball that well here of late either.
They haven't shot the ball well, and it comes back to one of their old flaws of standing, quick shooting the basketball, becoming a perimeter team. Phoenix will allow them to get to the basket. They've got to make sure that they take every effort and opportunity to get there, also get some free throws. You do that, you got a chance to swing the game in your favor.
This is going to be a very, very nice win if the Blazers can pull it off at this stage of the year as you're into the second half. Do you agree?
They win, they'll look as good as you, and we'll be ready. We'll be ready for the next game.
All right, everybody, you stay with us because it could be quite a night. Portland and Phoenix will be back with the starting lineups right after these messages.
I think I'm going to have number 6.
Number 6, Julius Erving, Bill Russell, special number, by permission only.
Is it okay to order number 21?
21. We're talking about Bill Sharman, Dave Bing, and even Sidney Wicks. Come on, order something else.
The most famous player that ever wore number 21 was Bob Lanier.
Mike, number 16. Come on.
But he wore size 21 shoe.
Eddie Doucette and Mike Rice.
Separate checks, gentlemen?
No, my partner gets the check.
Hey, I got it last time.
No, wait a minute. I got it last time.
No, I distinctly.
Steaks on the grill, beef stick on the cutting board, tires on your car. It can only mean one thing: the 30-year tradition continues. Free beef now at the Les Schwab side. Free with the tires you bought. Beef party pack in the box or USDA beef right out of the freezer right here in the store. The choice is yours.
It's a big extra at no extra charge.
Our 30th free beef anniversary happening now at the Les Schwab side.
It has come to my attention that many Americans consider drugstores to be boring. To those of you who feel this way, I say, gum stimulator refills. There, I've said it. Oh, certainly drugstores carry mundane products like laxatives and deodorants, but Payless Drugs carries the very triumph of oral hygiene, the gum stimulator and gum stimulator refills. And you thought drugstores were boring. Shame on you. Payless, because you deserve more from a drugstore.
From Portland's Memorial Coliseum, NBA basketball, ladies and gentlemen, the Phoenix Suns and the Portland Trailblazers. The Suns minus again 3 people. Barkley not yet ready to play. Danny Ainge will be missing for some time. Kevin Johnson with the sprain on the left ankle and a dose of the chicken pox may, Steve, be able to be playing this weekend. You're going to be down there yourself. He might play.
They're hopeful of having Kevin Johnson back. He did not make the trip along with Charles Barkley because they're back doing a little bit more intense and hopefully more complete work in terms of rehabbing. It'll be interesting to see how quickly they return.
Well, they have another guy that was with the Blazers in camp over there in Boise, Idaho. He came in the last time we saw this team, Elliot Perry, and Westfall just continues to play the kid.
Well, he has been able to come in and give them something that is part of their game. He's a fast guy, so he's got foot speed, he's got quickness. They like an accelerated game. He's a good passer, as the first game against Portland demonstrated, where he had 11 assists. So he's a guy that can do some things, but he is still yet to demonstrate that, you know, if you put a lot of pressure on him, that he's going to respond in a positive way. 14 assists in the last game for Elliot Perry, so he's a guy that's looking to keep other people involved. That's why they've signed him to a second 10-day contract.
In 6 games, he's averaging almost 8 assists a game, so he's done the job for the Phoenix Suns, no doubt about that. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're just about ready to get this game underway. Blazers go on to Salt Lake City for a Saturday night affair, and then, of course, Sacramento will move in a big game, looming large next week up in Seattle. But first things first. So will you join us this Thursday as Mark Bosian will sing our national anthem?
Honoring America with our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hail at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
That was Mark Bosian with our national anthem. Time to meet the Phoenix Suns and the Portland Trailblazers. Let's now go to Mike Stone.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, making their first appearance of the regular season in Portland, let's meet the entire roster of the Phoenix Suns with head coach Paul Westphal, assistant coaches Scotty Robertson and trained Lionel Hollins, and the trainer Joe Prosky. Welcome a 6'10" forward, 0, Jared Mustaf. A 6'1" guard, number 3, Frank Johnson. A 6'9" forward center, number 27, Malcolm Mackey. A 7-foot center, number 35, Joe Klein. A 6'9" forward, number 40, Joe Courtney. And a 6'10" center, number 41, Mark West. And now the starting 5 for the Phoenix Suns. At forward, 6'7", number 23, Cedric Ceballos. At the other forward, 6'9", number 45, A.C. Green. At center, 6'9", number 25, Oliver Miller. At the guard, 6 foot, number 2, Elliot Perry. And at guard, 6'6", number 9, Dan Marley. And now your Portland Trail Blazers with head coach Rick Adelman, assistants Jack Shallow, John Wetzel, and Kip Mata, the trainer Mike Cheminsky. Here's your starting 5. At a forward, 6'9", number 44, Harvey Grant. At the other forward, 6'8", number 52, Buck Williams. At center, 6'10", number 3, Clifford Robinson. Starting at a guard, 6'3", number 1, Rod Strickland. And And at guard 6'7", number 22, Clyde Drexler. Not available to play this evening for the Phoenix Suns.
Well, Steve, matchups tonight should prove to be very, very important. The Blazers must just get the job done, and we'll take a look at those matchups, and let's see what will happen. Cliff Robinson earlier today had some comments about Cedric Ceballos and what they're going to do against him.
I really just pay more attention to him. I don't think we did a really good job at paying attention to his rebounding ability and his slashing ability. So I think this time we'll pay closer attention to it.
Well, they better pay close attention to him, because he's been a one-man wrecking crew, and he certainly was the last time these two teams met. There, the starting lineups, and it's going to be up to Mr. Grant, I guess, huh?
Harvey Grant gets the starting assignment against Cedric Ceballos, but more than just Ceballos, what you need is an aggressive defensive attitude all the way through. You could highlight Rod Strickland and Elliot Perry. Perry is critical to getting them in, and if Strickland is aggressive on him, it's going to make it much tougher for Ceballos, Green, Marley to get the job done.
The officials tonight, Jess Kersey, Ronnie Nunn, and Mike Callahan. And one of the veteran officials of our league, Jess Kersey, will toss the ball in the air. Oliver Miller will jump it up against Cliff Robinson. Cliff, of course, going to the All-Star game.
How do you order a Miller Genuine Draft Light, the cold filtered light with smooth draft taste, while watching the Blazers? Say MGD Light and say no more. How do you order a Miller Genuine Draft Light, the cold filtered light with smooth draft taste, at happy hour?
One MGD Light, please.
Say MGD Light and say no more.
And don't come back! And now a word from our sponsor. Dreams come true in my new shoe. That's not what I want to say. Rewind.
Wow, it's Charles Barkley and his new shoe.
This is my new shoe. It's a good shoe. Won't make you dunk like me. Won't make you rich like me.
Dang!
Won't make you rebound like me. Definitely won't make you handsome like me.
Good.
It'll only make you have shoes like me. Period. Now that's what I want to say.
If you're a GTE telephone customer,
Hello, GTE Customer Care Center.
I have a question.
this is what service looks like.
We'll take care of it right away.
Because at GTE customer care centers all across the country,
1 second, I can fix it from here.
our employees have the power to solve customer needs on the
I
spot.
can do that right now.
Are you sure you don't have to ask your supervisor?
Yes, ma'am, I'm sure.
Customer care centers from GTE help us serve our telephone customers faster. Another way, it's amazing what we can do together.
No matter how you say Be My Valentine, you'll find more ways to say it and show it at Fred Meyer.
Of all the things we can make from the forests, the most important is more trees. Renewability is our responsibility.
Although J.D. Power and Associates ranked Toyota Paseo best model and initial quality in its price class, here's some things they might have missed. On warm days, it runs a little hot. It can be noisy at high speeds. And sometimes, it's hard to get out of first gear. Other than that, Paseo is a very practical car from Toyota.
Americans have a to-do list a mile long. Save the planet. Meet the first-grade teacher. Adjust the clutch. That's why Bank of America stays open longer on weekdays, has Saturday hours, and a banker on call 24 hours a day. That way you can cross 3 things off your list and make room for 5 more. Banking on America. Bank of America.
In the future, real food is going to be rare. Instead, we'll eat synthetic duplicates. Seaweed, plankton, processed to look like the food we eat today. That sandwich, it'll be krill. You'll get used to it.
There's always been speculation over how we'll live in the future. Speculation over how we'll communicate, however, has been put to rest.
Say, listen, do you want to stay for dinner?
There's only one beer with pure refreshment written all over it. Cold filtered Miller Genuine Draft and MGD Light. Why so many people are getting out of the old and into the cold.
Get ready for the world's greatest basketball show. Catch the action and feel the fresh excitement of the magical Harlem Globetrotters. The slamming, the jamming, even a little dancing. Don't miss the Harlem Globetrotters.
The world's greatest basketball show.
Coming to Portland's Memorial Coliseum Saturday, February 19th at 1 p.m. Tickets available at Memorial Coliseum, all Ticketmaster locations, and Blazers on Broadway.
Portland leading the Phoenix Suns 62-53 at halftime. The Suns were on a 20-6 run in the last 4 minutes and 9 seconds of the second quarter after Portland had a 23-point lead. But Portland now leading by 9. Out on the floor right now, the 7th grade boys and girls finalists. That's in the Fred Meyer Youth Basketball Tournament that's been going on for a while, and these young boys and girls are getting to play in front of the crowd here at Portland's Memorial Coliseum. It's a very worthwhile youth basketball tournament. Portland Trailblazers and Fred Meyer have been doing this for a number of years, and that's what these young people are doing. All right, Steve, we've got some highlights there. For a while, they were pretty good for Portland.
Still been a good first half for the Trailblazers. Did a lot of positive things. They moved the ball around. They were able to get people in good scoring areas for them, and the game was really started for Portland by Harvey Grant. Grant was in the places where he likes to shoot the ball and feels most comfortable, and he saw it go in. Strickland, who's been a terrific rebounding guard, perhaps the best at the point in the NBA, comes up with a hard effort there, and out of it, Portland's looking for any kind of transition opportunity, and Harvey Grant, again, down in the corner. Grant, who has been taking extra shooting, I think is beginning to feel more confident about his shot, and I think you're going to see Harvey Grant look to score as he has tonight. Cedric Ceballos has been the story of the NBA in his ability to come in and score points for a team that needs scoring. He has the ability to play down in the slot, stay close to the basket. Marley right there, and those are the kinds of three-point field goals that Marley's going to be successful on. Planted, looking straight at the rim, and knocks it down against the defense of Cliff Robinson. Buck Williams against A.C. Green, and Green lets him get too deep, and there's nothing that he can do against that defense, and it's an easy two. And that was part of Portland's good offense in that they were making good decisions during that first half of play. Rod Strickland, who has improved his perimeter play, gets a chance against the defense. The ball pops out, and Portland, in a scrambling mode finds Mark Bryant. When you're talking about a team doing things well, those are the kinds of plays that will go in your favor. And when Portland was controlling both ends of the floor, they were getting the breaks and they were ending up with the hustle plays. AC Green has also improved his perimeter shooting, and when he can just stand there and get a good look at it, get a good rhythm, he's going to be an effective perimeter player. You want to make AC Green put the ball on the floor and try to shoot on the move. Elliot Perry. And Perry is a good medium-range jump shooter, but he's got to prove that he can consistently make that shot. Portland wants Elliot Perry to be the guy that beats them. Good shot for Drexler. He missed it, but Mark Bryant, who has been the guy that's been in the right spot to clean up for Portland, comes up with a big putback. Steal by Bryant, and Portland and Porter are out in transition. And Drexler, for the first time this season, on the wing, where people are accustomed to seeing him finishing plays, finishes that one. And thank you, Jess Kersey, for the call.
Right on.
Marley again. Now, you see the screen by Klein.
Yeah.
That's what made that one possible. And when you end up with a switch, you got to make sure that someone gets out on a shooter. No one got there in time for Marley. He was able to back that one down. Again, notice how much time. Another screen from Joe Klein makes that possible. So when Portland's in the intermission, they've got to talk about getting over the Joe Klein screen to make sure that Marley doesn't have that much time. You see him say, thanks, Joe Klein, for that three.
Another one coming up.
Marley again. And again, notice how late the defense is getting there. That time there was no screen. They had to switch. Buck Williams late in recognizing where Marley was, and that gets them within 9.
And Marley had 4 3-pointers in that first half.
Come back! And now a word from our sponsor. Dreams come true in my new shoe. That's not what I want to say. Rewind.
Wow, it's Charles Barkley. And his new shoe.
This is my new shoe. It's a good shoe. Won't make you dunk like me. Won't make you rich like me.
Dang!
Won't make you rebound like me. Definitely won't make you handsome like me.
Good.
It'll only make you have shoes like me. Period. Now that's what I want to say.
Walt Disney's World on Ice presents Beauty and the Beast, live March 2nd through the 6th at Memorial Coliseum. Opening night, Wednesday, March 2nd at 7:30 is Fred Meyer Family Night. Stop by the customer information desk at any Fred Meyer store and pick up savings coupons to save $4. Don't miss the fun. March 2nd, bring the whole family to Walt Disney's World on Ice presents Beauty and the Beast. Pick up your savings coupons at Fred Meyer.
Americans have a to-do list a mile long. Save the planet. Meet the first-grade teacher. Adjust the clutch. That's why Bank of America stays open longer on weekdays. Has Saturday hours. And a banker on call 24 hours a day. That way you can cross 3 things off your list and make room for 5 more. Banking on America. Bank of America.
Defense. Good job. Good job. Defend now. Defend.
A good defense is what kids need to prevent heart disease.
We're encouraging kids to eat right, get more exercise, and never smoke. These guys didn't get to where they are now by sitting around eating junk food.
Find out how you can start now to prevent heart disease. Call 1-800-242-USA1 and support the American Heart Association in Oregon.
This copyrighted telecast of the National Basketball Association may not be retransmitted, reproduced, or rebroadcast without the express written consent of the NBA.
It's the best of this week in the NBA with Courtside Countdown. Check out Kenny Williams.
Workman will pull the trigger. Oh, and I told you he could jump. That's Kenny Williams.
Jump, he just flew to the basket.
Atlanta is still hunting for this buck.
By Vin Baker behind the back dribble, takes it inside off the Blue Edwards. Blue lays it up and in. Oh, yeah. Edwards gets the basket. Great play by Vin Baker. Taking Baker in front of us.
The Pistons have a passing fancy.
Jay Armstrong. Cadillac to Mills for the slam. What a sensational fast break.
Chuck Person with a message for the Jazz.
Up top, Person. He's alone. Good. With 2 seconds left. Chuck Person hits the shot. I can't believe he got that.
Kenny Anderson with a memorable move.
Anderson sees the lane. Oh, counted if it goes. And one. Oh, you gotta love it.
Isaiah Ryder with his weekly highlight.
Alley-oop. Oh! I told Jerome, you can't stop me.
Oliver Miller shows all big men really want to be a guard.
Stolen by Miller. 3-on-1 behind the back for Sabalos. What a play by Oliver Miller.
Miller 6'9", 280, deft hands, and then a nice behind-the-back pass to follow the recipient.
Robert Ory with the defensive effort of the week.
Nobody got back on defense. Robert Ory blocks the shot, blocks it again. Antonio Davis with a charging foul, and Robert Ory, oh, baby, did he make it happen.
Sean Bradley flashes the form that made him a top draft choice.
Bradley coming in from behind Davis. How about that play? How about this? Ho-ho! Coast, stick coast. Sean Bradley with the steal. 5 or 6 dribbles to one-handed slam by Sean Bradley. Wow.
And finally, Gary Payton's pass is the play of the week.
Sends it ahead to Gary. Too far ahead. He saves it. He'll lay it in. Oh, you gotta love that action. Good. Golly, Miss Molly. What a save by Payton between the wickets to Pierce for the foul and a 6-point Celtic lead.
Blazer Cable returns in a moment.
Many of you wonder, why does Payless Drugs carry over 35,174 products? The answer is because some of our customers like to paint their toenails. And frankly, we couldn't imagine them doing it without the Smooth Touch Pedicure Kit, which naturally includes this rather handsome set of toe spreaders. Are we going too far? Could we get by with one less product?
Thank you.
I don't think so. Payless, because you deserve more from a drugstore.
Every morning when a GTE telephone customer picks up the phone, this is what they get. Every morning when they give someone a ring, this is how we answer. Every morning when they make a call without giving it a thought, it's because our network operations centers were awake all night, checking telephone lines, getting ready for this morning. Network operation centers from GTE spot problems before they happen. Another way, it's amazing what we can do together.
Whoa, come to Starbucks and you'll see many of the same people who fly on Horizon Air. Why, you may ask? Well, they were just asking. Because Starbucks is the coffee served on Horizon Air. And when you add a tasty little bite to go along with it, free morning paper and more flights than any airline in the Northwest, I don't know. What do you think?
Are you asking them or me?
You.
I'm sorry. What was the question?
Can I get back to you?
Call it nature's original ice maker. Canada, the country that's 40% frozen, 100% pure. And the birthplace of ice, Molson Ice. Ice brewed by North America's oldest brewery to be a few degrees colder, a few degrees bolder, yet smooth as ice. Molson Ice. From the land where ice was born.
Halftime score this Thursday night, Portland 62 and the Phoenix Suns 53. And very good first period for the Portland Trailblazers. They were up by 23 at the midway point of the second quarter, and then the Suns ended it on a 20-6 run, and it's a 9-point game. That's an interesting shot there, Stephen. Well, our guys do it all, you know that. That's incredible.
It shows that even we have to stand up and stretch during the course of a ball game.
Hey, folks, there's a tie that you can get down at Blazers on Broadway. The Rip City tie, baby. Red hot and rolling, Rip City. Blazers on Broadway, downtown Portland, and at the Lancaster Mall in Salem. Get them. They're a hot item. Let's take a look at some halftime stats.
Anytime a fashion plate like yourself has one, you know they're a hot item. Marley with the 4 3-pointers turned out to be the leading scorer, and Cedric Sabalos. Those are the two guys that had big games against Portland the last time out. Harvey Grant was missing down in Phoenix. He's shown up tonight in a big way. Portland has 3 players in double figures and a pretty balanced attack. Sabalos, the leading rebounder for the Phoenix Suns. Buck Williams, the only player with double-figure rebounds in this ball game, leads Portland. Now flash that Phoenix because they're shooting 57%.
Yeah.
And they're down, and they've been down big. And if you're Paul Westphal, you got to believe that maybe you're going to be able to make a little bit more ground on Portland, who's shooting 47%.
Oh, come on, Woody. You're supposed to be working, man. John Woodson. A.C. Green, ladies and gentlemen, of course, born and raised, went to school here, had his high school jersey retired at Benson High School earlier today before the shoot-around. Here's A.C. and his comment on that ceremony.
It was an honor, to have my jersey retired, mainly to come back to a place where everything really began for me at. Seeing my high school coach, Dick Gray, Coach Bill Rana there, being in the gymnasium again, being before the student body, that was a really weird feeling, but it was fun. And just I saw my faces in some of the 1,000 faces I saw in that gym, and it was just a really exciting time for me. I'm very honored by it.
And in attendance tonight, courtesy of A.C. Green, the veteran high school basketball coach, long time at Benson High School, Dick Gray. He did a great job. And he's back into coaching. He's gone out at Valley Catholic High School and helping the youngsters. So that's quite an honor for A.C., Steve.
Once a coach, always a coach. They're getting the light behind the scoreboard. Somehow one of the players or one of the balls knocked it around in front. So everything is set, and Portland will see if they can't reestablish themselves defensively in a ball game, which is still going to turn out to be a firefight.
Hope that guy gets off there before we get started.
Well, Bill.
It's in a precarious spot there.
Bill,
what?
You know they won't start the game
I hope not.
He gets down.
Slowly getting down.
The real question is, will anyone help him down?
It doesn't look like it.
They're saying, look, you got up there by yourself, so you get down the best way you can.
He jumped down. All right. I think we're ready to go. There's the whistle.
If you're wondering why we're always improving the Oregonian, adding summaries, quotes, and highlights to make it quicker to read, there's a very simple explanation.
High-octane BP Super. Lately, it's been attracting a lot of attention. It's BP's best choice in quality gasolines. Only BP Super has high octane, the highest level of engine cleaning power, plus an unconditional fuel system guarantee. No other gasoline gives you all this. Any wonder it's created such a following? BP, on the move.
Are people moving to the Northwest for the scenery? For the wildlife? Or because this is the only place you can get the new Toyota 4x4s, the truck specially customized for the wildlife of the Northwest, with all these special features for a fast and rugged look, and a great selection to choose from.
You just had to give people another reason to move here, huh?
The new Toyota 4x4s, we call it the official truck of the Northwest, only at your Portland Metro Toyota dealers.
Steaks on the grill, beef stick on the cutting board, tires on your car. It can only mean one thing. The 30-year tradition continues. Free beef now at the Les Schwab side. Free with the tires you bought. Beef party pack in the box or USDA beef right out of the freezer right here in the store. The choice is yours.
It's a big extra at no extra charge.
Our 30th free beef anniversary happening now at the Les Schwab side.
Sweet dreams till sunbeams find you.
Sweet dreams that leave all worries behind you. But in your dreams, whatever they be, dream a little dream.
Hey guys, on me. Boy, Alexander Holyfield's some nice guy.
Yeah, a real humanitarian.
Mike Barkley, award-winning designer of homes, talks about design.
So many different elements, such as proper scale, light, and the final finish, make up a well-designed home. A home like this needs a paint that's equally rich in depth and subtle shades. Glidden Spread Supreme from Fred Meyer is simply one of the best paints you can buy for subtle colorations and texture. It costs a little more, but it'll give you the look you want to have.
Try Glidden Spread Supreme. You'll find it at Fred Meyer.
Blazers on the break, Blazers on the drive, Blazers on Broadway. That's right, Blazers on Broadway. It's the store where you'll find the largest selection in official Blazers merchandise in the world. Blazers hats, t-shirts, jackets, warm-ups, kids' clothes, and you never know who you're going to bump into here.
Hey, is it me?
Definitely.
Hey, thanks.
No problem. Blazers on Broadway, downtown Portland and Lancaster Mall, Salem.
Hey, how about this?
Maybe you should try a hat.
Call it nature's original ice maker. Canada, the country that's 40% frozen, 100% pure. And the birthplace of ice, Molson Ice. Ice brewed by North America's oldest brewery to be a few degrees colder, a few degrees bolder, yet smooth as ice. Molson Ice. From the land where ice was born.
Many airlines offer reduced rate fares. Unfortunately, that's not all they've reduced. It makes you wonder, what's next?
I'd appreciate it. Do you have 4 quarters for $1? Anybody have 2 quarters for $1? Yes, miss, do you have 2 quarters for $2? 2 quarters for $5, please? Oh, boy, I'd appreciate it.
On Alaska Airlines, we have low fares too, but you never know it by the way we treat you.
Well, I think that's the big question on everybody's mind today. Should I have managed care? What is it? And it means a lot of different things to a lot of people. And what we're seeking to do in a managed care program is manage the care. Try to be certain that the care that's delivered is what's necessary, no more, no less. And I think if we can get the physician involved with the cost of the care, so he knows what it's costing and he thinks about that, then I think we'll get at the essence of managing the care. And then I think it can be cost effective for people like you and for your employees.
Okay, so I don't know basketball, but I do know about saving energy. That's why our Energy Financer program is on the team of the new arena project. But you don't have to build an arena. Our Energy Financer program works for any size building. So if you want to score some savings, just give Pacific Power a shot. Hey, maybe I do know this game.
Final score tonight, Portland big over the Phoenix Suns, 126-105. Everybody got into the act, and at the top of the show, Steve, you said defense, 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 and along with Harvey Grant to get it started, that was a big story.
Well, Portland did a much better job, and I think anytime they play like that, they have a chance to compete and beat anybody in the league. And when they don't, then they're somewhere in between, and everyone got to play. Your voice got better.
Yeah, it did.
And for you, they're playing It Had to Be You.
Oh,
and
I love this music. They're finally playing some decent music here. It's just beautiful. It's sensational.
Next week, you'll probably have a headband on.
It was just a terrific game. Nice to see that Harvey had a big game tonight. Buck Williams came through again. Well, they all did tonight.
Well, again, when you talk about decision making, Portland was much sharper tonight, and in terms of aggressiveness and knowing what they had to do to keep the team under control. And even though Sabalos and Marley were effective and had big moments in the game, they were not factors as in trying to bring the Suns back or as the game closed down. So Paul Westphal knew he was in for a tough game, and he felt that without his main guns, they did the best they could.
The best they could. Take a look at some highlights now.
Harvey Grant was given a chance to go to work against Ceballos in this ball game. And he was very effective inside and out. Grant on that play picks up the personal foul, has a chance for a three-point play. Cliff Robinson, who didn't get much of a chance to play in that first half of play, making a good decision to find Harvey Grant on the other side of the court. And Grant had one of those nights when the ball just was as pure and online for him as it's ever been, and he couldn't miss. Dan Marley had a good effort himself. He missed that three-point field goal, and to clean it up was Cedric Ceballos. The Suns like to run a little, you call it a pick and slip, and Oliver Miller was rolling to the hoop without really having set a screen, finally got control of the basketball, and they were able to score inside. And at that point, it looked like the Suns were surging, were going to stay in the ball game, and it was a 9-point game. But defensively, the Suns were not as sharp. They were always reacting. They weren't forcing Portland back. And Portland, with Rod Strickland, was able to get to the rim. Strickland really in deep and too deep, and he had a shot himself, decided to give it up to Cliff Robinson, and Cliff was strong in the medium range area. You could see him right there, feeling that he had the hot hand. Drexler, who had a good scoring game against the Phoenix Suns down in Phoenix, found the three-point range again tonight and ended up with 17. But Portland had the kind of balance that they'd like to have throughout their lineup. They had the defensive pressure. They had the rebounding, as Buck Williams led them in rebounds, and they were able to get out in transition. And whenever you can rebound the ball against a team and make a hard push, you're going to get good transition opportunities. And Terry Porter, who had struggled against Sacramento, got his shooting hand unleashed, and he was the hot hand for Portland for a while in that fourth quarter of play. Tracy Murray, who is hoping that he'll get more of a chance to play, showing that he can put the ball on the floor and make the defense react. As in the closing moments, Tracy Murray came up with a couple of big hoops as well. Reggie Smith, and everyone says, remember Reggie. Well, Reggie was a guy that filled in very nicely when Portland had some serious injury problems, and Reggie hasn't gotten much playing time, but he's working hard on his game and rewarded with a good scoring chance inside. So Portland now has to take the positives out of this game and prepare for the next contest, which is against the Utah Jazz in Utah. And remember what lost them the game. They had a 19-point advantage against Utah, and the Jazz came back to get their first victory against Portland, and Portland will see if they can't go back to Utah and get a win. Bill Schonely is at center court, and Harvey Grant has arrived, and I'm sure that Bill is going to give you all the real reason why Harvey Grant had that great start. Let's go to center court, Bill Schonely.
Blazers Scoreboard Show. You know who's sitting right here. Welcome Harvey Grant, right here. Way to go, Harvey. Second chance points tonight. You and your teammates had 33 second chance points. You did it on the boards tonight, big, 43-31, big part of the ball game.
Yes, indeed. I think Buck and Mark and the real big guys did a hell of a job on the boards, and it's something we pride ourselves on doing.
Well, you wanted to get this one, didn't you?
I think myself and the team and the coaches took this game kind of personal because, you know, we should have beat them down there, and we lost by 1 point. So we wanted to come out and really play well tonight.
Your shots really starting to come down now. You got off to a flying start. You were in 33 minutes. You had 29 points, 13 for 19 from the floor. That's got to make you feel real good.
Yeah, I can sleep. I can go home and sleep well tonight. I think Buck, Mark, and Cliff, Clyde, those guys got me open tonight. And once they told me to spot up, I spot up, and my shot was going down.
Well, Cedric Sabalas still a big story in the NBA, and I know what he did, of course, the last time around with 40 points, but he's been scoring against everybody. The kid can flat out play.
Yes, indeed. He got a knack. He has a knack for the ball, and if you go out and help on somebody else, he's right there. And you know, he's been doing it ever since we played him. So and tonight we didn't want him to get 40 or 50 points.
Another one of your teammates just keeps rolling along like Old Man River, I guess. Buck Williams, 11 points, 16 rebounds. What a workhorse!
Oh, you know, he's been doing it. He's been doing it all year for us, and you know, each night we tell Buck he's getting a lot younger, and he's playing like he's 23, 24 years old, and you know, we tease him about that a lot. But you know, he's been doing it all year.
How often do you talk to your brother?
About 3 or 4 times a week.
What's he saying about that Chicago team? They're one of the hot teams in the league.
They're playing very well right now, and he made the All-Star team, and you know, he deserved it. He deserved it. But Chicago's been playing well, so you know, you can't take that away from them.
You and your teammates are very much in the thick of the battle, despite what all has transpired here in the last few weeks. You get on a little run, you're going to be very good.
You know, I think a lot of people have been passing on the Blazers because people have been saying they are too old and they don't run like they used to. But we got guys on this team who can still run, can still play. So I don't mind. Let them sleep on us. We'll be there when it all said and done.
All right, Harvey, congratulations to you. Thank you for being out here with us, my friend. Harvey Grant, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be back in just a few moments.
This is nice. Like the seats. Lots of room, that's good. Whoa, lots of room back there, too. Ride's smooth. Real smooth. They must have fixed this road.
Chevy, the most dependable, longest-lasting trucks on the road. Any road.
See your local Chevy Geo dealer now for a great selection of 94 CK pickups.
Yourself out just getting to your flight. That's why at Alaska Airlines, we figured the least we can do is treat you well once you finally get here.
Honey! Would you get me a towel? Honey!
Out of paper towels? To a robber, there's something even more repelling you can hang on your wall. In Greek mythology, the gift of fire cost Prometheus his liver. All we're asking is $8.88.
True value. Help is just around the corner.
Final stats, and the numbers are good, Steve.
Sabalos and Dan Marley had strong offensive games, got some help from Green, and Mark West had a big finish for the Phoenix Suns in a scramble. Harvey Grant with a terrific start, 14 in the first quarter. Drexler, Robinson, Strickland, they all got into it, so Portland had good balance themselves. Sabalos stayed the leading rebounder for the Phoenix Suns, showing you again he's got a knack and a gift for the ball. Buck Williams continues to lead Portland in rebounding. Hard work, and Mark Bryant followed him behind him. Now, Phoenix shot 57% and cooled to 52%, and Portland shoot 50% and wins. Now, if you're Phoenix, you're saying, you know, we can play like this. Maybe we're still going to make some noise yet, but Portland had a dominating effort today, and they won going away. They took care of the basketball. They out-rebounded them, second-chance points, and points off turnovers. Just a big effort for Portland.
First time this year against a winning team, Portland has shot 50% at home, and that's a good sign. Oh, my goodness, there's that tie again, folks. You better go get one now. Blazers on Broadway.
And go get him, because he's kind of got a lock on about 5 or 6 more of them.
Blazers go on to Salt Lake City for a Saturday night affair, radio only on Saturday, and then they'll come back home for a Sacramento game, and then of course up to Seattle to take on the Sonics, preceded by our Blazer Trail up close and personal with James Robinson, one-on-one with Rick Adelman, little feature on David Twardzik, and of course the game beginning at 7 o'clock on our Blazers television network. That's what's ahead as far as games are concerned. And there's the big stat, 43-31.
Well, Portland got their first win in the month of February, and hope that this is something that sends them on a surge for the rest of the month and before the All-Star break, and they can begin to feel like they can compete with the rest of the teams in the Western Conference. They got off to some pretty good starts. They've gotten all of their people back, and now it's time to say goodnight.
All right. Rest well, my friend. Thanks to our Blazer crew, and wherever you may be, good night, everybody.
This has been a Blazer Broadcasting sports presentation.